once I have a good go out, then, teaching the UKC when you just pivot is no big deal. It's that one where you have to send to the middle, sit, and then teach it directionals. And again, just like everything else, if I was going to do that, it would be no different than everything else. So if I was going to say, go, sit, I would have one glove out. That glove would be here, and we'd start on this one. So I would go, get it, and the dog would go out and get that one. Easy. Send him again. Go out, sit, there'd be one glove over here. Look back, get it. Then I would send him out with the glove there, sit, and then I would walk up and say, back. So teach it with one glove. Don't teach it with three. Anytime you're dealing with direction, take all the decision out of it. But yeah, I think UKC is way cooler.
Well, I don't have an AKC breed, and I'm not playing the game. So.
Why can't you get a pal?
I got enough irons in the farm.
Okay.
I really do.
But I'm just saying, you're going to do the training, you might as well get the title. With Twister, we tried really hard because he's a border jack, but he looks more border collie. So before they allowed mixed breeds in, we tried so hard to ILP him as a border collie, a smooth-coated border collie. It just wasn't working. We wanted him to get in because we had trained him. So by the time they let him in, he was ready to rock and roll in utility. So it was like bing, 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 boom, done.
I'm having enough issues just going from Schutzen to UKC because the way they handle the exercise.
Yeah. Well, in Schutzen, your retrieve is 40 points. But your healing's only 10. It's opposite. Your retrieve may be 20 points in AKC or UKC, but your healing's 40. So you really want to spend the time on your heel work. So gloves are pretty fun. Not too bad. Again, simple, not easy, but simple. So we're going to move into the drop on recall. Okay. There's 1,000 ways to teach the drop on recall. And I probably at some point with every dog will have done a couple of them. One of my favorite methods is called a pressurized drop. Okay. When I show this to people, you either love it or you absolutely hate it. Okay, you're going to either love it and fall in love with it, or you're going to be like, oh God, I'll never do that. It involves a really big stick. Yeah. No whips. We save that for healing. Okay. The premise is, if you think about this, who has the best drops in the world? Hurting people. And why? Because why do they do it? They get it because if you don't lie down, sheep die. Livestock die. If you don't stop when I tell you. So, granted, I don't think every border collie was taught with pressure. I think some of them were taught with being thrown stuff at them, which, happens. So I teach initially a domestic pressurized drop. Again, kind of uniquely Matt. Not in concept, but for the obedience ring. It's not something you're going to see. So, to give you an idea, I have to pick the right dog. Let me have little Cruiser. And I promise I won't kill him. Brandy had it, and she got a notch and a 200. He can have it. All right, so I'm going to take little Cruiser with me. Does Cruiser know how to lie down?
Yes. I say down.
Okay. So let's talk about how we teach the position before we get too crazy. I need to know. You're so cute. I just want to just take you home. So I teach down like every other trainer in America teaches down. Start from a stand, clip under their mouth, and I'm going to hold the cookie here, and I'm going to tell them down, okay? And I want them to go into a Sphinx drop. No big deal. If they're all splayed out, I tuck them in like good little children. Tuck them in. And I feed, okay? When I want to get him up from a down, I get him up happy. So I say, ready, 1, 2, 3, and okay, get it, good. Oh, now you'll jump for a cookie? You wouldn't this morning when I was holding your ear. All right, so again, so I hold him here. I hold the clip. Here's the cookie. 1, 2, 3, down. And I bring him down, okay? The first week, this is how I'm going to do. If I need to tuck him in, I'll tuck him in, So 1, 2, 3, down, and I'll bring him down. The second week, I start playing Beat the Pop. It's an old concept. I love it, okay? So week 2, on your feet. 1, 2, 3, down, and I pop. Up, you didn't beat. Sorry. I still give him the cookie the second week. Okay, good. 1, 2, 3, down. Whoa, a little more speed there. But I get the second week, every day I give a pop, and I still give him the cookie. On your feet. Good boy. I got cookie in your hair. 1, 2, 3, down. Oop, almost. Light pressure here, not hard. You're a good boy. He's really cute. I like him. Okay? He says, hey, I know how to get cookie. Interestingly enough, though, I was feeding the whole time, and how did he figure that out? He figured it out with my hand. On your feet. Good boy. On your feet. 1, 2, 3, down. Ooh, beat that time. He beat me. Okay, so I didn't have to pop that time. There was no pop that had to come. Ready? On your feet. Good boy. 1, 2, 1. Hey, stop. Stop. 1, 2. Hey. 1, 2, 3. Down. Ooh, you didn't beat me that time. I had to beat him. Popping down. And I popped straight down. Once he's really good at the drop, then I'm going to start standing up. But only when he's really good. He pops. Do you know he pops?
What do you mean?
His knee makes like a popping noise. Down. No? On your feet. Down. On your feet. On your feet. Is that his toenail? No, it's like a knee or a toe popping. I mean, I don't know if it's a big deal, but I'm just letting you know. I heard it. 1, 2, 3, down. Only when he stands up. On your feet, right there. I don't know what it is. Maybe a knee popping or toe.
He's not like rolling his foot as he's coming up on one?
Mm-mm.
Does he ever skip?
No, he's a pretty solid little guy. Ready? Down. Nothing there. On your feet.
Is it in his back?
No, it's in his leg, foot. It doesn't seem to be bothering him.
Okay, so once you've got it good, then you start standing up.
Then I start standing up. So I say down, whoop, got to beat the pop. So now it's pop, and then I bring the cookie in. Once I have that, then I start, I'm going to let you hold him for a second because I'm going to get rascal when I do this piece. Then I start, he's going to go on down the road. Then I start standing up, and I've got him on a pinch collar, okay, a light pinch collar. Notice how everything sounds better when you say it's light. But it's still a pinch collar. Damn magnet ball. And I start backing up really quick. So as quickly as I have a good down, I start backing up. Come here. I hope you had enough rest. Marmaduke. He has done that twice now where he's realized he can shake and get rid of the pinch collar. Here. Okay. So, once I stand up with him like this, then I'm going to, hey, ready? Okay, you can have that one. Ready, off. So I'm going to stand up, I'm going to start backing up, down. Good boy, love it. I gave him a little pop down, told him down. Let's go, ready? Let's go, ready? Down. So he drops quickly. Good boy. Okay, go, down. All right, if you want a fast drop, you want to add the pop. Don't avoid the pop. Okay, ready? Okay, let's go. So I do a lot of backing up. Let's go. If you start to kind of go back on me, down. Excellent. Okay? So start backing up and dropping him. Once I get to this stage, and I know, down. He's doing this nicely, where he's folding back quickly, then I introduce a bar. Okay? So I put him over the bar, and I push in as I say down. So I'm going to say, ready? Down. And I want him to back up. Good. Ready? On your feet. Get it. So I'm going to stop feeding. Down. Push in and back up. Good boy. And this is about where he's at, just so you know. I'm not much further than here. Okay, come on. So right here. Ready? Down. And I will, if he does this, where he didn't go back all the way, I would come in and roll the bar and say, get off the bar. And not feed him, because that's not right. Down. Good. That way he learns that he's only getting a cookie when his feet are not on the bar. On your feet, okay? And the reason I'm going to do this is because there is a mechanic that I want. Ready? Down. And that's if he comes across that bar on a drop and I down him, I want him to back up to it. So it'd be like this. Come, down. Good. You rolled it for me. Up. Ready? And down. Oh, if you don't down, I'm going to pop. You're not getting nothing for that. So be down. Down. He's like, I rolled it. They hate it when they roll it. Because a lot of times when they do, I will roll it on them and say, hey, back up. Ready? Down. See, like right here, I'm going to roll it to him. Say, hey, I said down. Down. Good boy.
Why do you want him to back up into the down?
Because
Get a full back down?
that's the best way to get one. Down.
Full back down?
Yeah.
Do it naturally.
He doesn't.
Don't do it at all.
Come. Ready? Down. Good. So notice how I rolled it and moved his foot off of it? Okay, good. So I do this, and then I start putting him on a flexi lead and bringing him in and making him down. And then I slowly back out. So he's on a flexi, I'm here, he gets to the bar, I let him barely cross it, lie down. Okay? He's kind of a meathead, just so you know. Kind of like that frat guy, that used to hang out. He's kind of a meathead. So once I've taught him that, he already knows about a Debbie Downer. And I call these Debbie Downers because Debbie makes them, and they are for downing. Not every dog needs a beanbag. Because here's how you start the beanbag, okay? When you have the beanbag, I wait till the dog's not paying any, he's like, oh God, it's coming. All right, so I wait till the beanbag he's not paying any attention to me. And when he doesn't, I just drop it on his head. I don't hit him with it, I just drop it on his head. Whoa, what happened? So now he's been hit with a beanbag, okay? And I get that response. So now he's like, oh. And I think he's waited all day for this because he knows it's coming. And I changed up the order thinking that it would make his attitude better, but the minute we did articles, he's like, I'm supposed to do drop on recall next. Okay, come on. So I will take the beanbag and say, down. Now, this gives me a long distance correction should he decide he's not going to lie down, okay? So if he's out there, I've got a split second to say, down, and toss it his direction. He hates them.
So you have to make him cower?
Yeah, no, you don't. He cowers naturally. He's not cowering. He doesn't like this, but I didn't hit myself with it. It's nothing.
Any other dog, you have to.
You want to hit them with it so that they understand. You have to tap them on the head with it. So I don't beam them with it. I just drop it on their head. Bink. Oh, your Shelties are going to have a fit. My friend Jerry, his bird dog, craps on the floor when he brings out a beanbag. So they hate it that much, and all we did was drop it on their head. This tells you don't need to be hard to be effective. Is that clear? Okay? Yeah, you just drop it on there. Look, I mean, he's like, I want no part of that. All right, so with the beanbag, if he's standing there, wait. And I called him, Rascal, come. He's like, oh. But if you notice, this becomes my signal because he thinks I'm going to throw it at him. Now, I actually don't use this with him because I don't need it anymore. But he was a meathead about the drop on recall. So we learned this, we got this from Betsy when we were at Top Dog. And I just said, hey, he needed it. The bird dog and Gurley, they didn't need it. But Gurley knows from talking to him what this is, because I've never thrown one at her, but when I pick one up, she leaves. She's like, I'm done. So, not every dog needs a beanbag. Let's just be real. He needed one, and it was very effective. Now, some dogs, you beanbag them, they think it's the greatest thing ever. Goldens. You beanbag a Golden, they want to pick it up. So if that's the response, then it's not going to work because the only way to make it more effective is to pick it up and smack them with it, which I'm really not willing to do. Just not. If I don't get that response with a drop on the head, then okay, not going to work.
So when you try them, do you use the signal always?
No, I use a verbal. When I'm working with them, yeah. I use a signal because my favorite trial is Orlando. And sometimes they use the 4-H kids, and they drop jumps, and they do bad things. And so I don't care. I love the trial. But I know it's loud there, so I don't chance it. I say, lie down. That way, if by chance a jump fell, they still got to hear me. So I don't care how much you put into this, I still use a verbal. So once I have the bar done, and I decide, do you need a beanbag? Do you need pressure? What's the deal? I always go to a pressurized drop, okay? And a pressurized drop, I'm going to do one with Cruiser here in a minute. A pressurized drop starts with the dog. Rascal, psst, I don't have it no more. It's gone. He's like, okay, thank God. All right, but a pressurized drop is where I tell him to lie down, and if he doesn't, I push into him, just like we did on the moving stand. But I use a stick. Okay? I actually, to be honest with you, I use a pool noodle. A big green one for Rascal. A blue one for Jewel, and a red one for Gurley. They all have, no, I'm totally joking. Okay, maybe.
About the collars or about the pool noodle?
No, about the collars. So Rascal the reason Rascal lays down and is so good is because he was taught a pressurized drop. He'll lay there because he knows, granted, if somebody invites him up and loves on him, he's probably going to go up on top of them. But he knows that any disobedience can be met with pressure, and he hates to have pressure put on him, as do most of your dogs. But part of the game of control without physical correction involves pressure. So I'm going to do a drop with Cruiser since he doesn't know one. And I'm comfortable now that I've worked him on a down that he knows the word down. So once the dog knows the word down, if I called him and he refused to lie down, my immediate response would be, lie down, lie down. He's like, what? Lie down. And I would continue to walk with purpose and calmly into the dog. Okay? So bring me Cruiser, and you're going to come with me. And Rascal, you don't have to be out in this. He's like, thank God, I'm out of here, man. This is you could beat Rascal, or you can put pressure on him. You're going to get the same response. So why beat him? Just use pressure, settle. I don't have to get hard on them when you use pressure correctly. Pressure on, pressure off. So he learns that when he's a good boy, I ignore him. So he likes being a good boy because it doesn't bring me into him. So you're going to let Cruiser drag his little leash, come back behind me.
Stay.
No, don't tell him to stay.
Okay.
Okay, Cruiser, come on.
Okay.
Down. Good. So that was a good response. Back up with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. So Cruiser's like, hey, what the hell just happened here? And it's amazing when you speak their language a little better. Cruiser, okay, okay. Down. Down. Back up. Good man. He crossed his feet. Isn't that cute? Come here. He is so adorable. Come over here. Okay, okay, man. Down. I said down. Come on. Yep. Yeah. Smack with that. Stop it. Okay. Okay. Down. He's like, no problem, man.
Wow. That's the first time he ever went down without crawling.
Yeah, of course. This ain't my first rodeo.
Woo! That's awesome.
So if you want a real drop, there's a reason shepherds carry a stick. It's not to hook sheep. Come with me. So you're going to stand over there just to prove to you that this is real. You stand over there and call him too. Go ahead. Say, okay, come.
Okay, come.
Down. Oh, now you decided to blow me off. Lie down.
Down.
Good boy. Try again. Come with me. He decided to blow me off. My mom's more important than you.
You want me to say
No,
down?
just say okay. No, not yet. Just say okay.
Okay.
Down. Good boy.
Good
Back up.
boy.
Back up. So the minute we put it on, we have to take it off. Look, Rascal's like, I don't want nothing to do with this bullshit.
Look at him cross it.
So come with me. Do it again. Okay, okay, come on.
Okay.
Down. Good boy.
What a good boy. What a good boy.
This is a real drop. Guys, this is the drop that you can take out in the backyard with you, that when they're chasing the damn squirrel, this is the drop that will stop them. Good boy, man.
Good boy.
Man, they live in my house. They're used to stuff being thrown at them. Good boy, Rascal.
Very good, Cruiser.
Now that the other side of the coin is the dog that now.
Yep. Yeah, this is a domestic piece, guys. I don't put this in picture. So it's not in a recall. You're going to use this when you're at home. Okay? So you're going to use this when the mailman comes to the mailbox and they start barking, lie down. And if they don't, my noodle is right there. Hey, I said lie down. And back off. So when you're little guys that like to bark, Miss Laura, this is a good place to practice pressurized drops. When somebody knocks on the door, pet dog stuff, man. So easy. Because this is pet dog stuff. No, I have one. Yes. She's not done yet. She's not done yet. Now I need to make sure she can do it. So drop the leash. Lie down. He's like, shit. Lie down. Now walk with me. Lie down. Lie. No, don't call his name. Down. This is part of it. Lie down. He's got to learn, lie down, to not deal with pressure. That's okay. Lie down. Down. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down. Don't be a Sheltie. Lie down. 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 Good boy. He had to learn that lesson. That's a hard lesson to learn. Notice I stayed on top of him and said, look, you will lie down. So back up here. Okay, Cruiser, you can come on. Now, you do it. Good, back up. You got to back up. Yeah, he thinks he's my dog now. He could be my dog if he wanted to be. Look at how cute he is. Gosh, you just want to squeeze him. All right, so walk over there.
Walk where?
Over to that corner, call him. Okay, go on.
Down.
Good. There's your drop on recall. Throw it behind him. Throw it behind him. Always behind. So this is a pressurized drop.
Why behind him?
I never want them on a drop on recall thinking about forward motion.
Okay.
Oh, you need a cheese ball. That's like my solution for everything. You need a cheese ball. So, to give you an idea, this pressurized drop is a real drop. This is not some cookied, overdone. I use this drop all the time. So when I'm working, my daughter has Bantam chickens that are showy, so they're cochins, and they have really big feathers because they've been bred by people that don't care about anything but how they look, and they barely can reproduce. And so they're waddling around the yard, and I tell Rascal, look, I'm like, away. So he goes behind them, I'm like, lie down. And he knows that I've got a stick in my hand, and you better lie down. Because if you don't, I'm coming in. Because if Rascal doesn't lie down when I tell him to on the chickens, chickens die. He kills them. So he has to lie down. So how many of you have a squirrel that terrorizes your dogs? Or a neighborhood cat? Or do they fence fight? Or do they do bad things? This is where you use it. I have a horse. Yeah, go ahead.
What about fence fight?
I would use the drop. That's where I would do it. Lie down. You don't lie down, I'm coming in. And I keep tapping it on the ground. Lie down. I've had dogs where I've had to get right on top of them and tap the thing right on top of them. Because they're like, I'm not moving. Now, you've heard Bruce Almighty. I've got the power. Well, there it is. That's the power. So it's really not a difficult thing to do, but it does take you saying, all right, I need a real drop. So again, once you do like a level 2 basic class, this is a really good thing to put into it. Because they're never going to go wrong giving them control. And that's all this is control. It's not flashy, it's effective. And so all of my dogs, when I do this, in fact, I've never done a formal drop on recall with Gurley other than in seminars or in the ring. She never did a formal one. I knew that when I called her and I said lie down, that would be all she wrote because there was no way she was going to blow off that bar. And the interesting thing about it is when you use the bar, I don't tend to use the black and white ones, and the reason for that is they're in the ring. So I don't want them to think about, oh God, there's a bar, and now Dad may grab it and make me lie down. So I really don't like to use the black and white ones. I used it today because I didn't have my noodle, but I like the pool noodle. A pool noodle, for the kids? Yeah. That's what I use. Yep, just the pool noodle. It pops and crackles. They're very effective. He was done with a pool noodle. But with him, he was like, in a minute, I'll lie down. Hold on. Look at this squirrel up here, Dad. And I said, lie down. And he's like, no, there's a squirrel.
Yeah.
And I lie down. He's like, and then I was on top of him. So the pool, and he's like, oh God. And then I said, good. Now we have an understanding that the pool noodle will come out if you don't lie down.
Oh, then maybe she won't chomp on it when we're in the pool in the summer.
Yeah. If she chomps on it, she may need a little extra. I mean, that's why they're a pool noodle. So you just pop her with it. Stop. Well, if she's chewing on it, yeah. I mean, he didn't need it, but...
And then if I use it for this, maybe in the summer when we're in the pool, she won't.
Oh, yeah, she's never going to want to see one again. Because you're speaking real dog language. They don't stay in each other's space that often. You rarely see dogs when they're up awake. They may lay next to each other, but you rarely see them. Like when you see another dog in another dog's path, they'll go around. They don't like pressure. They don't like, they feel it. And a lot of us don't realize that that's the problem in the obedience ring. There's pressure all the way around it. So you're thinking your dog's being bad, failing something. No, there's damn pressure. It's like that camera. If I sent Brandy to that corner on a glove for a camera, and or to where the camera was, she gets out here and she's like, oh dear God, I can't do it today. I sent her one time on a glove. She went out to the glove. She got to here. And somebody walked by right here, and she said, I just can't do it today. And went and got this glove. She was this far from it. She just couldn't do it. Too much pressure. You have to realize your dog's threshold for pressure. The Border Collies are uber sensitive to it. That's what they were bred for. They were bred to be sensitive to pressure. So, like I said, when he sees a bar come out or he's like, oh no, I've got to demo this. Yeah, poor buddy.
So if you're not sensitive to pressure, how, when you're practicing at home by yourself, can you prove for something like that?
Well, you can't always. You can't always prove for everything that's going to happen. But I think that, like for me, when I'm at a dog show and I see a dog fail, I look and say, what happened? What just happened? So to me, dog shows are social, but at the same time, I'm watching those rings. I want to know what's causing dogs to fail. And I take pictures. So like in Orlando, we were doing go-outs this way, and the open ring was that way. And we had glove number 1. So we sent our dog to glove number 1. Then we set him up for a go-out, and somebody threw the dumbbell that way. And then we wondered why all these dogs were going to glove number 1. It wasn't the glove. People were going to go home and beat all over the glove. It had nothing to do with the glove. It was the dumbbell that went that way, the glove that went that way. Why the hell do you think they're going straight? They're not going straight until you proof for that. But nobody would have thought about it because they weren't really truly watching the ring behind that. So like in UDX class Monday, that's the scenario that I'm going to present them. We will all do glove 1. Then everybody will do retrieve over the highs while we do go outs to make sure they're ready for stuff like that. Obedience is way more than it could ever be imagined. We're not going to get the signals today.
Talk about anticipation. Once we've got a decent drop on recall, what do you do when the dog...
Keep them on a flexi. Keep them on a flexi. Run backwards. Build the recall back again. I do 10 to 1. So I'll do 1 drop to every 10 straight recalls. If I show an open B one day and do a drop, that night they will do 10 straight recalls. Period. They're going to do 10 that night. And it'll be fun recalls, but they're going to do 10. So that when I get in the ring the next day and I drop them, they're not thinking about dropping. I don't use different words. I say front for everything. Front, 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 front. I don't let them know that it's coming, especially with Border Collie. But I'm really careful with the drop when I'm looking at my dog. Front, and then I look where I want her. Down. I don't give a signal on it, but you know what I'm saying. Look where you want the dog to drop. And I'll tell you, if you've got a fast dog like Lola, who goes fast, you tell that judge she's fast. Tell them they're fast. That way they give you time, or the dog's going to be here. Tell the judge. Like I said, you own the ring. Tell them what's going on. You can't hear? Tell them, look, I can't hear, and if I've watched this pattern 3 times, but I'm nervous, I can't hear you. So speak loud. Okay. You know, if their signal's not clear, I'm going to tell you. I tell the judge, look, they're like, I'm going to give you all signals, and I tell them, well, I'm going to go the minute I think you flicked something, so I'm just letting you know. I said, you blink your eyes, I'm going to be telling my dog to lie down. And I let them know when they tell me it's all signals. That's what I tell them. I'm like, well, I'm going to go as soon as I see something move, because I'm not looking at them. I'm looking at my dog. So I warn them, flick something, and it's going to be down, and that's on you. So I've already told them up front. You know, when you leave your ring, thank your judges. It's a long day. It is a long, god-awful day. And if they don't wear the right shoes, like some of the young judges, they don't always wear the right shoes like me. I've stood at my feet and judged 60 dogs, and it's a nightmare. So thank them, you know. I wish we could get to signals, but we'll have to come back and do them. We didn't get to signals or fronts and finishes. A lot of information today, guys. I hope your brains are on overload. Today, hey, no, that's great. I'm excited. I get to play Backstreet Boy for a little while, so I'm good. You know, keep working them. You can visit me on Facebook, friend me on Facebook. I try to stay out of arguments on Facebook. Sometimes you just have to jump in. So I try not to be overly political on Facebook. So, you know, join Facebook. We'll talk. Let me know how the dogs are doing. Let me know when, I love it when I've had people at seminars and they're like, today sucked at the dog show. And they're like, this is what happened. I'm like, that's great. And they're like, no, she didn't qualify. I don't care about the cue. Look at all the good stuff she did. Lakeland Canine Academy on Facebook is where I put a lot of my blogs, or you can go to my website, one of the two. I blog probably once a week, so try not to inundate people with posts that they don't want, but I try to write stuff that's relevant to competition.
Do you have any videos on your signals?
I have videos of Brandy and I in the ring, so you can see them, but I don't have like an instructional video. But my dog is worn out. I am worn out, and I think you guys are worn out. So, you know, if you have questions or you get stuck or you have a problem, let me know. I will be more than happy to try to answer it. It may not be fast. I get about 60 emails a week that I have to respond to, in addition to working and dealing with the family and teaching. And you probably will not hear from me from Monday to Wednesday, because those are the nights that I work, then I get off, and I'm teaching. So, you know, Thursday and Friday are normal days where I can respond to stuff. But I try to be as fast as possible. Send me a video. Say, look, this is what she's doing. Can you help me? I'll be more than happy to help you with that. I've had a lot of fun. I've never been to this building. I really like it. So thank you guys for having me. I'm sorry we didn't get through everything. It's a lot of content. Today is not as much work, because yesterday I feel like I worked their feet off. So, you know, healing's way harder than open utility as far as the work goes. But if you need questions or you have problems, let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer them. And I hope to see you guys at shows in utility, not in novice, or for God's sakes, beginner novice. You know, get out of those classes. Get into the real stuff.
Now, Janice DeMillo, what is her?
Hobnobbordercollies.com. And like I said, Training Treasures is where I recommend getting your dumbbell. They also sell the pinch collars with the clips too, as well as Shannon Shepherd. So, but like I said, you're going to see me in the fall at lots of shows, because I've got a new utility dog coming out. So she'll be coming out here shortly after puppies. No, girly. As soon as these puppies hit the ground, then she's getting spayed, and we're done with motherhood, and we're getting on to work. So, thanks.